Welcome everyone, Lance Scurv here. We're going to do another deep dive. I want to speak about something that is very common in the lives of many and in a way to help those who may be going through these very things that I'm going to speak about. And the title of today's show is, Are They Shocked That You Survived Without Them? Many of you on different levels can understand this. Maybe it happened to you in elementary school. Maybe it happened to you with family members. Maybe it happened to you with neighbors or people in your church or wherever. Doesn't matter the age. You could be in the senior citizens home, okay, and still have to go through situations where people have shunned you and they thought you wouldn't survive without them because they took you out of their world. And how dare they? I've gone through that. You know what I mean? Not too long ago. And it's like, wait a second. I'm a grown man. What are you talking about? But there's some people who feel they have to, or feel they're in some kind of position where they have this authority over you, and that when you, I don't know what's in these sick people's heads, but I got a couple of points that I want to make. And we do have the actual article on lancescurvx.com, and I'll pin the article in the comment section below here so you can go read the article, but we're going to go thorough in on this so you can listen to this, vibe with us, and leave your comments. The first point I want to make is that they were never trying to correct you. They were trying to control you. See, one of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that everyone who criticizes them is trying to help them. Sometimes criticism is constructive. Yes, sometimes it is. Sometimes correction is necessary, no doubt. But there's another category of people whose actions have nothing to do with helping you become better. Their goal is not improvement. Their goal is control. These people become uncomfortable when they cannot influence your decisions. They become frustrated when you think independently. They become irritated when you stop seeking their approval. Their attempts to isolate, shame, reject, or punish you are often rooted in a desire to regain authority over a life that never belonged to them. They never had control over it anyway, in the first place. The question people must ask themselves is simple. Was this person's behavior designed to help me grow, or was it designed to make me submit? Yeah. See, it can look good in the beginning, but it can often begin to feel as though it's smothering you. I've had people try to give me advice, and it wasn't for the purpose of advice. It was the purpose of hindering me or reducing me and always keeping me under their thumb for their control. And usually it's a sprinkling, if not a full-blown narcissistic type of energy that is watching you hard. And they act so concerned that they're damn near breathing down your back with the things that you're trying to pursue, but they really wish that they were you. And they don't want you to be you. They want you to be knocked off somewhere, and they want to be you lots of times. They see your destiny. That's as simple as that. It is so clear. And I wish there were some entities that knew that I knew the game all along, but they know that I know the game all along. That's why I'm still here and not destroyed. And that's why you're there and not destroyed. Because you may have fallen for it for a while and felt a little confused and dazed and like, why am I thinking this way? But then once you saw it for what it was the most freeing experience, because now they're gone and you're free to continue to develop and grow and become that great person that you're destined to become with the life that you deserve. Oh, no, you can't have the life you deserve. It's got to go through them. But oh, phooey, they're not around anymore. Let them watch you from the sidelines. Enjoy every second of your day without their influence. Oh, it must be killing them. It must be killing them. But don't you let them manipulate you into coming back. Usually it's zero tolerance right now. Zero access, no access. Shut the gate and lock them out and enjoy your life. And when you get rid of them, it's even more enjoyable. The silent treatment is often a test of your dependency. Many manipulative individuals use silence because they believe silence creates fear. They believe that if they withdraw attention, affection, communication, or support, you'll become desperate enough to chase after them. What they're really doing is conducting an experiment. They're testing how dependent you are upon their presence. They're measuring your emotional attachment. They're waiting to see how much power they actually possess over your state of mind. The dangerous part is that many people fail this test because they panic instead of asking why someone is intentionally creating distance. They focus all their energy on restoring the relationship at any cost. See, don't fall into that trap. Because that's all it is, because you don't need them. This is why you become the focus of their manipulation. The people who fear your growth will often create your greatest transformation. Life has a strange way of turning attacks into opportunities. The people who attempted to remove support from your life may have accidentally created the conditions necessary for your growth. Without distractions, you begin thinking more clearly, something they don't want. Without constant approval, you begin building self-respect. Without emotional dependency, you begin developing your inner strength. The very thing designed to weaken you became the environment that strengthened you. This is one of the greatest ironies in human relationships, because it happens all the time. But let's just take a romantic relationship. You break up, and one of the people in that relationship, they just grow and they go above and beyond. You ever see people like at a game or ceremony, they have a bunch of helium balloons and they just let them go up into the sky? That's you after that toxic relationship, especially when they thought that you couldn't survive without them. And they watch the balloons go higher and higher and higher until they cannot see it anymore. It's a beautiful thing. And that's what's meant in this lifetime for you. Even your creator gives you a choice of how you want to live, whether he agrees with it or not. So how dare a human being, a mere human being, take set on you to want to control you, smother you, and hold you back? Jealous people often disguise themselves as supporters. Rarely will a jealous person announce their jealousy, like, hey, how you doing? I'm jealous. No. Most understand that envy is socially unacceptable, so they hide it beneath a more respectable image. Sometimes they feel or act supportive to make you feel as though they're in your corner. Sometimes they appear concerned. Sometimes they appear protective. That's only a front. But beneath the surface, they're comparing themselves to you every single day. Your confidence bothers them. Your growth bothers them. Your resilience bothers them. Not because you harm them, but because your progress reminds them of what they have neglected within themselves. That's all it is. They're comparing. And they're mad at you for having something that they don't have. So they set up scenarios sometimes. Even, they're friendly in conversations. They start bringing up things from the past that they amp up that never happened and want to put you in that to compare you because they feel that that particular area is a weak part for you. It's crazy how these types of people put so much energy into controlling you, into trying to break you mentally. And I know there are people who know me over the decades. They are so frustrated with me because they could not break me. I'm still here, still confident. They're still trying to get you to worry about things. And what are you going to do? And all. I don't worry. That's for you. I show concern. I worry about nothing. Nothing's going to stop me from enjoying a good night's sleep, a healthy, good meal, and a damn good orgasm. It ain't that important. No worry, just concern. And concern is limited. You see what I mean? Isolation reveals who you really are. Most people spend their lives surrounded by noise, unnecessary noise. There are opinions coming from every direction, expectations coming from every direction, demands coming from every direction. You're being pulled, tugged, pushed. Then suddenly the room becomes quiet. Many people fear this moment because they finally have to meet themselves. Isolation strips away distractions. It forces self-reflection. It exposes weaknesses, but it also reveals strengths you never knew existed. Some of the most powerful personal transformations begin when a person is left alone long enough to discover who they actually are. That's the beauty. It's a rebirth. Before you come out of your mother's womb, you were in the triple darkness. You may have heard some sounds, but you were isolated in that womb. And you were preparing yourself, or you were being prepared to come out into this whole different atmosphere. So growth in that 9 months happened so swift. The development of your internal organs, the development of your brain, the connection to your mother, which is the precursor to the connection to the world on a spiritual level. There's so many things going on in that time. So you should never fear isolation. You should never fear meeting yourself finally away from all of the noise and distractions and demands and bumps in the road that are put in front of you purposely to keep you from knowing yourself. Because in actuality, people see what you have. Maybe not actually, but they know there's something to you that's special. So they try to keep you out of yourself so that you don't look inward. Oh boy, but when you look inward, and there are times of isolation in my life that I love it. I love it. I'm discovering so much, and there's nobody to whisper anything into my ear. They might send me 50 million videos that I don't look at, because they do that now. Watch these people who send you stuff from when they wake up all the way to nighttime. Bring, 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 bring. Please don't do anything constructive for yourself for the day. Bring, 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 bring. Cleaning out everything in the YouTube suggested videos. Bring, throwing it in front of you like it's a speed bump or a pothole in the road. They don't want you to have yourself. They know that you're doing stuff constructive and they can't stand to see you do this. And they sit there with nothing to do or nothing they want to do or nothing. They don't want to face themselves, first of all, to build the foundation to stand on, to do something great with the seeds of greatness that they have that they don't know they have, or they don't want to see that they have it. They're low on themselves and they want you to be low on yourself too and stuck in the past and stuck in some mindset. It's a huge world out here and I'm going to enjoy it. And you're not going to control my experiences. Life is beautiful. And I'm saying that right now. Life is so beautiful. I have cleaned house and life is so beautiful. And that's all you have to do. Sorry for that little rant, but this is what it's all about, right? The people who try to humble you are often fighting their own inferiority. Just mention that. See, healthy people do not spend their time plotting emotional punishments for others. You're not healthy. Secure people do not obsess over bringing others down. People who are comfortable with themselves usually focus on building their own lives. When someone constantly seeks opportunities to diminish another person, it often reveals an internal battle taking place inside of them. So watch those around you who try to diminish others. It's only a matter of time before your number comes up. Their actions are not evidence of your weakness. They are evidence of unresolved issues within themselves. The attempt to humble you may actually be their desperate effort to avoid confronting their own insecurities. That's all it is. They want to make you worry. They want to make you back to the worry thing again. It ain't going to happen. That's your battle. That's something you have to do. It's not my battle. And don't throw it off on me. And nor should you take these people's toxicities on as your own, because they will do it. You being Mr. Nice Person will take it on and actually just collapse yourself while they sit by the sidelines and laugh and try to reinforce the fact that you are inferior or you're not worthy. I'm hip to these mind games. And when I see a person trying to play them, I feel so much stronger. Because you're not touching me with that stuff. I lived too long, too long to fall for that stuff. That's your backyard. You better clean it up. That's your subconscious mind. You better clean it up. That stuff is in your head, not mine. The moment you stop seeking approval, their power disappears. Ain't that something? Control depends on who has emotional dependence. The moment you no longer need validation from someone, they lose one of their most effective tools. This is why some people become angry when you develop confidence. Confidence changes the relationship. Confidence changes the balance of power. Confidence removes the leverage they once enjoyed. Once you understand your own value, manipulation becomes much more difficult because your self-worth is no longer connected to their opinion. Digest that. No connection. Your self-worth is independent of what they think. See? So you don't need approval for them. You walk tall. You approve yourself. You give yourself the blank check in your life to do whatever it is that you desire, as long as you're not hurting anybody. Some people become obsessed with watching the people they failed to break. And this is so much more easier now because we have social media. Your enemies are your biggest followers. Your haters are your biggest followers. Hi, haters. Hi, enemies. Life is good. I hope it's good for you because it's good for me, because you're gone from me. I don't need you in my head anymore. See? One of the strangest aspects of human behavior is that people sometimes become fixated on the very individuals they attempted to destroy. They watch from a distance. They monitor your progress. They listen for news about your life. They search for evidence that you finally collapsed. Why? Because your success becomes proof that their judgment was wrong. Their smear campaign was wrong, and now they're looking stupid to the people who they brought you up as a topic in detail. When the people that they brought this news to, they didn't see you talking about these people. So it flips. Your growth becomes evidence that their strategy failed. Every accomplishment forces them to confront a reality they never wanted to accept, and they can't change it. And see, with social media, like I said, I have a couple of hacker buddies of mine, and they show me people who, they think they're hiding, but it's like, damn, you're really fascinated. Anytime you post something online, here they go, they're up in it, watching it, looking at it. Got to come back with something. Or they try to compete with you. Like, you may have mutual friends. And so if you buy a new car, they have to buy a new car. If you do something in your house, they have to do the same thing in their house. They're following you. They're following you. That for me now, I do social media. I know some certain folks will watch it. Doesn't bother me. You see them in the street, keep their head straight, but they can't wait to get home and look at your stuff. Wow. Human nature really never ceases to amaze me. Serious, you know? But what can you do except turn your energy inward? And that's the best way to do it in this day and age, because this society is different than it was maybe 30 years ago, 50 years ago. It's so accelerated right now, so intense. And again, you can sit in your house and observe and monitor somebody pretty much if they're out there like that. And that speaks volumes about their life. It really does. I'm a creator. I like to create stuff. I'm not sitting here looking and peeping and I don't do that. Leave me alone. If they don't get enough information, they'll show up at your front door, uninvited, unannounced, trying to get in. Someone's knocking at my door. Somebody's ringing my bell. Do me a favor, close the gate and never let them in. They might even hold their camera up to try to look on the inside of your yard. I've had that happen to me. What kind of lives are these grown people living? You sealed your doom. I don't want nothing to do with you now. You weird. They're collective weirdos out here. They group up. See, a lot of you all have fans and fan clubs that you don't even realize existed. They try to find out through other people. What do you know? Oh, yeah, this is what they do. Oh, yeah, well, I'm going to get inside. No, that's weird to me. We don't operate as we used to. It's all of this deception. I can't have that around me. I have my circle, and I'm good. I don't need it anymore. You know, when your cup is filled up and topped off, you can't keep pouring stuff into it because it's going to roll over. And you're wasting your time. Be very careful. Be very, very careful what you put out there and who you allow into your world. See? The pit they dug for you often becomes their own prison. When a person invests years into resentment, jealousy, bitterness, and obsession, they are paying a heavy price, whether they realize it or not. While they are focused on your downfall, they neglect their own development. While they are consumed by comparison, they neglect their own purpose. While they're studying your life, they are failing to improve their own. The trap they created eventually traps them. The negativity they projected outward becomes the environment they must live in every single day. And you can see it too, because these types of individuals, this thing ages them. They could be younger than you by a few years and they look old. They're cooking themselves like in a microwave of jealousy and envy. And they tried to do things to you that didn't work. It's like, don't you understand? Your hate is not going to work on me or anybody else. Or maybe it might have worked on somebody else who was a little weak and didn't understand life. This is where you got to stay grounded and always do a credit check on those energies around you. You have to, because it's not a good thing whatsoever. And if you let these people in, they'll gradually erode you. Your greatest revenge is becoming who you were meant to be. Many people fantasize about proving their critics wrong. They imagine dramatic confrontations and satisfying moments of vindication. But the most powerful response is often much more quieter. Build your life. Strengthen your mind. Protect your peace. Develop your purpose. Create something meaningful. Become the person you are always capable of becoming. Nothing confuses a manipulative person more than discovering that their attempts to destroy you became the fuel that powered your transformation. The greatest victory is not making them suffer. The greatest victory is refusing to let them stop your growth, because it shows they have no control over you and they can't do a damn thing to stop you from becoming who you are to become. And that's a beautiful thing. But too many of us, I don't know. We get into the back and forth stuff and we hand over a moment of growth and ascension to people who didn't want us there anyway. So getting in fights with them, getting in arguments with them, playing the mind games with them, all of that stuff, it means nothing. Nothing at all. But I just want to say I'm very happy that you came here to spend this moment with me. I hope this helped somebody to see a little clearer. You survive and you thrive and you focus on yourself. That's the bottom line. These people, don't let them get in your head, and don't waste any of your beautiful days. Focus on the negativity that they put in your life. It's not worth it. Anyway, much love to you all. Thank you for being here. Leave your feedback, leave a comment, suggest something that you'd like for us to discuss here. Lance Scurv out. Peace.